Hello everyone and welcome back to GPT React 30. So this is the part 4 of the series and today we are going to build a sample app using Framer Motion. So Framer Motion is basically a library which is used to create animations in React in a simple manner because animations using React are a bit tedious and adding animations within JavaScript is a little bit tedious and Framer Motion solves that problem by greatly simplifying the animation and motion process. And like even in cases, it is a tad bit complicated, but Framer Motion has a kind of a wrapper library which mostly eases out this problem and makes the animation much more faster. So we are going to use ChatGPT even in this tutorial, and the simple prompt which I had was this. I will add it in the chat description, and we are going to create it on StackBlitz. So this is the StackBlitz environment. You have to go to StackBlitz dashboard, then select new project and then go to front end and select React JavaScript. So that is the initialization part. Once you initialize the static environment, this is what you get. The first thing that we need is the Framer Motion itself. So we will use npm install Framer Motion, copy this and add it to our code and install the Framer Motion library. Once all the package.json will be updated. The next thing that we need to do is we need to update the app.component. So here everything that you do is added within a motion component. So motion component is internal component used by Framer Motion. And within that we can like create a div or any other tag. We can style those tags and we can animate and add the transitions and so on and so forth. We'll see that in some time. So as you can see, the npm install is complete. And if you go to the package.json, you have the Framer Motion library. So let's copy the app component entirely and add it in the app basics. So, and it's saved. So as you can see, you have a div with width 100 pixels, 800 px, background blue, border radius 20, and it's animated like it is starting from 0 and then moving the x coordinate from 0 to 200, and the transition is 2 seconds. That is why it took 2 seconds to move from initial to this position. So that's how easy it is to animate using Framer Motion. Let's just go through a few more examples. Second is an hover example where we have a while hover where on hover the scale or the size of the object changes. So if I add this into my code and if I hover over the object, then you can see the scale increases from 1 to 1.2. You can change this to let's just say 2.0, hit save, and it will increase accordingly into double its size. The next thing is multiple animations. So you can do it using box variant. So this was a single animation using X200. So you can batch multiple animations using the variants variable, and within that we are going to add this box variant. So let's copy the box variants object into the function app. Hit save. Then we'll go with variants and then add the variants here. Hit save. And as you can see, the variant animation got added. So variant animation is like this. We have the hidden opacity to 0. X is set to minus. Let's just change it to 100 and see what happens. So now it is starting from x100, coming to opacity 1, and it is going to 0. Then transition duration is 1 second, and on over the scale is increasing. So if I change to let's just say 1000, and okay, let's not go with 1000, but let's just say 200, 200. Then it will start from 200 and then come to 100. If I reverse this, and it will move from left to right. So depending on whether you want left to right or right to left, you can change the x value. Opacity changes accordingly, and scale is on over. So that is how you can add variant animation. Next thing is keyframe animation. So keyframe animation allows us to add multiple animations together. So this is similar to how CSS keyframe animations work. So let's copy the animate and transition object and add it into our code. Hit save, and as you can see, the animation changes to scale changes to double, then it changes again to 1. So if I change this to, let's just say 1.5 to 2, it's safe. And X, let's just say we go to 200 and this to zero point 0.2. So now if we hit refresh, then it will increase, then come back to its side. How? From 0 to 200, X, and then back to 0. Opacity 1, 2.2, then 1. It is a blinking effect. And scale changes from 1. So when it is going towards the right, at 200, it is going to 2, and then coming back to 1. So that is how keyframe animation works. And last but not the least, you have drag animation. So drag animation is basically done when you want to drag some objects. So if you add it here and if you drag the object, then the size increases. So these are the basic animations using framework motion. If you go to the library any official page, you will see much more animations. For example, you can lively see how the X and Y animations go, and then you can even rotate the object. Similarly, you have gestures, which I just showed using the drag constraints and drag properties. Then you have the variants with multiple animations. Then scroll triggered are basically scroll based. If you go to the example section, you can see a lot more examples like this. So this is a basic animate property. Then using keyframes, this is what the animation looks like. So if I change this animation, which was previously like this, and if I change the animate property to rotate and change the border radius as well. So let's copy that, and if I add it here, then as you can see, the border radius property changes. So let's hit refresh and the scale also. So that is how it works. So that is how the X. So if I add some properties of X values, so it will change accordingly. So let's just add X0 and just say 200. It's save. So yeah, X properties also change. So that is how animation works. Then you have the variants for multiple animations. This is a simple animation that you can see. Then gesture animations are based on gesture. Drag, we have already covered. And motion values are a little bit advanced based animation where the animation changes. Scroll triggered animations are like this. So you can scroll and the animation comes from bottom. Then there are exit animations and other stuff. Another interesting thing is the 3D animation. So if you go to the layout camera and you open the code sandbox, you can see the 3D animation as well. It is a really basic animation, but it's still interesting to see. So it will need a compilation phase. So this will compile and then you can see it. Let's just see if it compiles. If not, then we proceed with factor tutorial. Yeah, it is loaded. If I click on it, as you can see, the object changes in real time. So this is a 3D animation which is a little bit advanced. And you can explore the framework motion library and learn about this in more detail. So yeah, that was a little bit context about how framework motion works and how you can use it to any different things. So this was just a basic, you can apply it to different elements and then use it into different styles and objects and HTML. So that's it from my end for today. Thank you. Have a nice day. Goodbye.